Hey, this is Matt once again, and as I'm going to be repeating for a little bit of these reviews, I am a big fan of Dolph Lundgren. That film, The Punisher, Men of War, Army of One, among others. This is where we get to the low point of Dolph's career. Agent Red, which I ranted on, because this movie is a pile of fucking shit. And then movies like this. Now, this is released by Lionsgate Home Entertainment. It's funny when they make covers and none of this shit is in the movie. There are no helicopters in the movie. There are no jeeps with people with machine guns. There are no heavy explosions of that nature. At least like this. None of this is in the movie. Yet you can't sue for false advertising. Go figure. It's directed by a guy named Marc S. Grenier. I don't know what else he's done. I looked on IMDb. None of the titles I recognize. Written by Les Walton. I don't know what else he's done either. This film, it's Dolph Lundgren as a former NSA agent, and he has this network called Daedalus, which gives clients new identities and makes them disappear. So I'm thinking, is this trying to be kind of like Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger? But Eraser is how you do it right. Eraser, I think, is one of Arnold's most underrated films. I love Eraser. Eraser is a fun movie. It's an entertaining movie. If you haven't seen it, give it a look. If you haven't seen it in a while, give it a rewatch. Yeah, there's a couple dodgy CGI moments like your luggage, the shoots the thing. But it's a damn good action movie, Eraser. It made me want to go back and watch Eraser to see that done right. This is done on a low budget. This film tries to be a thriller. It tries to be, I don't know if I want to call it mystery, but it tries to have some twists and turns and more twists and more turns to the point that at times the plot is convoluted, a little bit confusing, and I just don't, there's apparently people on IMDb like it. There's quite a few people who give it higher ratings. I mean, it has a low rating on IMDb, but user reviews, people actually took the time to write it. I don't know why. Dolph is not the problem. I don't think he's bad in it. It's just, it doesn't help where the opening sequence is one of these scenes where he's trying to help a person disappear. So a person in a bad wig looks like Kim Cattrall from Split Second. If you remember that, that kind of, let's try to look like one of the Ramones, that type of wig, goes in. Dolph takes his place. He has the same goofy looking wig. So here's Dolph, our main hero, and a goofy Ramones wannabe wig, and fights these guys off. And it does this weird thing when a fight scene happens where it will stop for a split second in a freeze frame and then continue. So it'll be like I'm punching, and then they'll keep going, and then it'll keep going. I'm like, okay, you're trying to be different, but this doesn't work, in my opinion. It just comes off as awkward, and it's still not exciting. And then it seems as if a bit of their budget was blown in the beginning, because there's a car chase they're at an airport, and the runway. Dolph is in one vehicle. These other guys chase him are in a, of course, gas vehicle. Got gas right in big letters. They're bumping each other. Dolph rams it. The guys jump out. The truck blows up. Dolph gets caught. And then he's let go because other people, higher ups, go, let him go. He's part of this program. He has some of our people undercover. Their identity's hidden, and he's the only one who knows how to run this network. So they let him go. And then you get to the plot of the story. This hitman uses his remote-controlled gun to kill a witness during this trial. And then the person comes in with night vision, shoots some except this one person. And people think it's this hitman called the Cleaner. So the person who was not killed, he goes to Dolph because he wants to be erased. Dolph says, fine, if you give me a shitload of money. The guy actually has a fucking key under his wig. Dolph says, let me guess, the key that's under your rug. I literally thought as in under his rug. I didn't think about his rug on here. I'm like, oh yeah, he's got a key under his rug. Okay. No, this fucking guy takes off his fucking hairpiece and there's a fucking key under it. I thought that was goofy. And so he erases him. And then another guy, his FBI buddy, comes in. Hey, this cleaner guy, this is hitman, he's going to kill me. You need to erase me too. Helps the buddy out. But then, immediately after, the guy's dead. His body's burned up. They can only do it from the dental records. And I'm thinking, he's burned up. They can only do it from dental records. Is this guy still alive? And he's going to come up later in the film? Now, I know I've seen this film in the past, but I don't remember a fucking movie like this. So it was like watching for the first time. And I was right, because the guy did fake his own death and shows up later. And before I even get further, some of the lines of dialogue, like one goes, the cleaner, as in the assassin, and the other person goes, no, as in Sarah Lee, you idiot. Sarah Lee? How about you bend over so I can put a whole bottle of maple syrup up your fucking cooter? Movie. It could go right there in your asshole, movies. Maple syrup, all the shit. More lube with the pushing and the cushion and your douching. Oh, you're not mature. Watch movies like this and you be fucking mature and reviewing it. Goddamn worthless speck of film. This isn't even one of Dolph's worst films, but it's boring. It's bland. Dolph isn't given much to do. He has a couple of fight scenes. There's one alright one where after he finds his FBI buddy still alive and he's fighting this guy. It's like this one scene the director gave a little bit more to the fight because A, he doesn't do the fucking split-second freeze frame during it. And then he tries to get a little bit creative with the staging. At one point, Dolph's hidden, like he's hidden the camera, but he's hidden the guy, and a good usage of slow-mo. It's not great, but compared to the rest of the film, it's like one alright, decent part in the film. But most would see it as, that's not saying much, there's nothing to it. Yeah, compared to all the shit, seeing that's nothing to it is actually elevated above because of the other below mediocrity that is drowning it. And the rest of the film, he's getting the contacts after contacts, talking, trying to follow up, because at this point he thinks his FBI buddy's dead. Where did he go? Where's our other providers? Oh, some of them are turned up dead too. Someone has hacked into our system, our network. How did that happen? Let's follow a trail. Asks this big guy, fat guy in a fishing store and beats the fuck out of him because the guy's an asshole. Goes to this place, meets this lady who gives him info. Her and Dolph fight some intruders in this house. The same stop for a second freeze frame type of fighting filmmaking. Dolph and her fall in love. There's even a little weird scene where Dolph has a fantasy scene, all done in red, of him wanting to fuck the girl. The lady, I should say. Like, she goes in the shower, he's watching. He's not watching her in the shower, just watching the direction she went in. And then he just imagines everything's in red, and the the girl goes up to Dolph and they're kissing, and he's feeling her up, and like, even like, okay, Double Impact did something like that. It actually worked more than that because it was part of the other Van Damme brothers' paranoia of him getting drunk, and then it led to something. Here, it was just weird, almost out of place. It's like the guy knew that he was making a boring movie, so let's do this to spice it up, but it didn't fucking work. So like I said, the FBI guy's not dead. Baddies show up, fight, escape. Dolph gets more info, and then him and the buddy go to find that witness that Dolph helped earlier to disappear. They're like, oh, they don't want to go after him next. And then Dolph is getting a fight with that witness's bodyguards, and this is all done in the snow, and then the girl is there too, and then Dolph is like, who's the cleaner? Is that my FBI buddy the cleaner, or is the girl I'm in love with the cleaner? The FBI guy gets shot and killed. The witness has the gun on Dolph. Dolph gets killed by the lady. The other guys come in. And again, this is where the convoluted stuff is. I guess the girl was a cleaner, but she didn't do the hits from before at the jury, the trial. That was his FBI buddy, which the witness hired. And then the people who were dying, the providers who got into their network, was this FBI asshole that was somehow following Dolph. I just don't give a fuck, or try and... Maybe it's not as convoluted as I make it out to be, but I just don't give a fuck. It's a boring plot to talk about. So everything's okay. Dolph gets a shitload of money that he gives to his team to retire because he's going to shut down his project. Goes off on a boat with that lady, and then the movie ends. That's hidden agenda. Or as this puts it, plunged headlong into a spiraling gauntlet of half-truths and full-blown lies, where nobody's who they appear to be, and everyone has a deadly hidden agenda. I love how one of the chapter selections is uptight pricks. You can't read that, but chapter 4, yeah, you can't read that, but chapter 4 is uptight pricks. I feel like a prick for watching this fucking movie. You know, people wonder why when I do reviews for the past 10 years, most of them is just me recounting the entire film. Because that way you don't have to fucking watch them. That's why I do it. So many films, I just give the entire plot away, because either you can watch my video for 20-30 minutes, or you can waste fucking one was hour and 34 minutes, 35 minutes on this. You watch mine, you save at least an hour of your time. If you like the film, you can feel free to tell me why. Dolph is not the problem, but the action scenes are nothing to run home about. It seemed like a bit of their budget was blown at the beginning, which wasn't even that great and epic. It's nothing compared to a PM Entertainment film. If you know action films and you know PM Entertainment, you know what I'm talking about. Even that's nothing compared to those, like Executive Target, or Last Man Standing with Jeff Wincott, or Land of the Free with Jeff Speakman, and among other films. Tactical Force, I think that's what... No, not Tactical Force. That's a different movie. T-Force. Some of the big action scenes of that film, T-Force, that's a fun one. But this... The score, I don't remember a damn thing about the music. The other actors, nobody I recognize. Nothing with their characters were intriguing or interesting. Trying to be smart and intelligent, it just comes off as convoluted, boring, and bland. I'm going to end it with that because I just be repeating myself. We're still in the drudge of Dolph's career, of the Agent Reds and the Last Patrols and this movie. It wasn't until a few years later, until Dolph was getting himself out, he had to do it on his own by saying, fuck this, I'm going to direct my shit. With the Defender, which is a fun one, Command Performance, which is a great one, and so forth. But we're not there yet. The Hidden Agenda, hide it up your fucking ass. Please.